Welcome, welcome. I hope everyone is well and everyone is healthy. This is my industry interview with Erin Shearer. I am Evan Lamb. Let's get started. So, meet Erin Shearer. A little background on Erin. Erin graduated with a Bachelor in Science of Arts from the University of Alabama. Right out of college, she accepted an internship, which she didn't get paid for about a year, a little over a year. We'll get to that here in a second. But since then, has now become the manager and now director of business development and comms for the Atlanta Sports Council. Most recently, she was the vice president of the Atlanta Basketball Host Committee, and their main job was to bring the Final Four to Atlanta. As a manager or director of business development for the Atlanta Sports Council, Erin was in charge of overseeing, writing contracts to get big time sports events here to Atlanta. For example, Final Four, the Super Bowl. Erin was a part of all of that. Erin was a part of planning all the events downtown that went along with that. All of the little things that you might not recognize go into it, she is a part of. Overall, the interview was very informative, very engaging. We talked for about an hour on the phone. It really felt like it was about 25 minutes. Erin was very professional. There's lots of craziness going on with all the COVID-19 and everything like that. And you could tell that she was a little stressed, but you could see how professionally she was handling it. She still made time. She responded back to my email within a day. She had time to really just focus and be professional. And that's one of the biggest things I really respected about her during this interview process. Some key points of the interview. I'm not going to read all the questions and answers that I asked her. I wrote a couple of them down on this slide that when I asked them during the conversation, we went into more detail than the answers that I have given here. For example, when I asked her if she would do this anywhere but Atlanta, we had about a 10-15 minute conversation on just her love and passion for the city of Atlanta and why it's been so beneficial to her to be here in a city that she's lived in for the past 25 years. And how she could do this job in any other city, but how Atlanta is special to her and how she believes it makes what she does easier and better for not just herself, but everyone included in it. When I would ask her what her weakness, or any question, even the weakness question specifically, but any question, she was very on top of it, gave you an answer like she knew you had the question coming, and I was just very blown away with how well she handled everything. Another thing I found fascinating was how Erin has been here working for the Atlanta Sports Council for the last 8 years. When she first started, she was an unpaid intern for over a year, and I found that very, very impressive and very mentor-y. My biggest takeaway from this interview process was talking to Erin about all the craziness with the COVID. I touched on it earlier. Like I said, you could tell she was a little busy, but still made plenty of time to do this interview with me. And I really respect her and love to see how great of a job she did to handle that, and would wish that I could do that myself if a situation like this ever occurs while I am out in the market in the sports management world working. A couple things I would do differently. I would change up some of the questions. I wasn't hot on all of them. I would really have loved to do an in-person interview. I could not get over the phone. But everything else was pretty great. There's a couple more things I wrote down that I won't get into. thank you guys for coming out, and hope you guys are all safe and have a great rest of the semester.